Doctor, am I gonna die?
You're gonna be okay. We're gonna take great care of you. I know our treatment's gonna work, and you'll be okay.
The disease is resisting all antibiotics.
The science guy. Ben.
That's not fair.
Actually, that's how antibiotic resistance works.
Who are you?
Antibiotic resistance is what happens when a colony of bacteria develops the ability to survive against antibiotics that previously would have killed them. The antibiotics that would have killed them or stopped them from reproducing are now useless.
Are you sure you're qualified to talk about this?
This is super advantageous for bacteria that can develop this trait because now they can survive the strongest cleaners and medicines that we have to kill them. And so that means that they can survive and pass on their antibiotic resistant traits to the next generation.
How do they do it then?
Bacteria can survive using one of four main methods. The first is that they can use an intracellular pump to pump antibiotics outside the cell. Other bacteria block the antibiotic from its target by altering its primary site. Still others release some sort of enzyme that for the antibiotic to target rather than the cell itself. And others release an enzyme that can cleave key parts of the antibiotic. This is obviously pretty dangerous to us humans. Without antibiotics to defend us, bacterial infections can kill us. Scientists estimate that 2 million people contract an antibiotic-resistant bacterial infection every single year in the United States, causing more than 20,000 deaths every year.
CRE is one of the most famous antibiotic-resistant bacteria. It is an enterobacteria that is resistant to carbapenem antibiotics. Increasing usage of carbapenem antibiotics has likely contributed to the rise in CRE bacteria. Carbapenem is currently the strongest antibiotic available. In the US, hospitals have increased the use of carbapenem drugs by 59% from 2002 to 2006. As of March 2013, CRE has popped up in 42 states. CREs use carbapenemase enzymes that make carbapenem drugs inactive. The genes that encode these enzymes are on the plasmids. The rise of CREs is very dangerous.
Jenny, I'm getting word right now that we have breaking news out of a Nevada hospital. Patrick is on the scene. Patrick, can you tell us more?
I'm here at the Nevada hospital where moments ago a woman died of Klebsiella pneumoniae despite the doctor's best efforts. Medical experts are, terrified about this woman's disease. Because the Klebsiella pneumoniae bacteria in her were resistant to all of the 26 known best antibiotics. So doctor, can you please tell me what happened?
It's hard to really explain. As you said, we tried all of our antibiotics, and this Klebsiella pneumoniae, it's a monster. We thought with our strongest antibiotic we could kill it, but it's just completely resistant, and we did our best to save her.
Oh. So doctor, what do you think causes antibiotic resistance this strong?
Yeah, so what it looks like now is that the Klebsiella pneumoniae has been able to adapt to all the antibiotics used due to the overuse and misuse of antibiotics, especially when patients don't use the antibiotics all the way or they continually use antibiotics throughout their lifetime. So these bacteria become resistant.
So it is clear that, this is a very important story, and we'll keep you updated on it as more information comes in. So now back to Shelby with tonight's forecast.
Wow, that's all pretty scary. But there are things that we can do to help fix the problem of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. First, as patients, we can stop demanding antibiotics from our doctors, especially for illnesses like the flu. With our viruses, antibiotics won't even help against those to begin with. Second, when we do take antibiotics, we can take our full dose. Taking just a partial dose and then leaving it off when we feel better will allow weaker bacteria to die off. but leave the stronger bacteria in our system to thrive, which can then become antibiotic resistant in the future. Finally, a great way to reduce antibiotic resistance by reducing antibiotic use is to avoid becoming sick in the first place. Always use proper hygiene. Wash your hands, and you'll not only spend less days sick, but you'll also help fight against antibiotic resistance. Scientists have a big role to play in the solution too. Every day, scientists are working on developing new antibiotics to add to our arsenal. Since we already have so many medicines, it's tough to come up with new versions of these, but scientists are making progress by targeting different aspects of the pathogenic life cycle. Others are focusing on combating public health crises around the world. Since many of these bacteria grow really well in unsanitary conditions, simply by cleaning homes and hospitals around the world, we can take away some of the breeding grounds for these antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Ultimately, though, every solution that we can come up with relies on the fact that we use antibiotics less frequently and more effectively. We need to turn to other management strategies more often and eliminate non-therapeutic antibiotics given to animals and livestock. It's a tough problem, but patients and scientists are up to the challenge. And that's all for today, folks.